After a summer break, we welcome back Mr. Bontis on Business, your own little segment here. We're here, we'll talk about where you were in just a moment, but first, let's get onto what's been happening with RIM, one of your favorite topics to talk about. They're finally giving carriers an idea of exactly what they have rolling out.
So there was a shred of light this week because they finally took out this BlackBerry 10 unit out of the R&D lab and into the hands of developers. And you know what? The reaction was actually quite positive. People like it. But you know what? In the last few months, we've had the Samsung Galaxy 3 come out. We've had iPhone 4. iPhone 5 is coming out pretty soon. This thing can't just catch up to the rest of the world. It's got to beat up the rest of the world. And I'm not convinced, based on what I've been hearing through the Twitter sphere, that these brand new BlackBerry 10 models are going to be so far ahead of the current technology. Now, you know, they've lost a lot of market share in the last few months, lost a lot of employees, but this is basically their saving grace. Well, hopefully they'll make it.
Yeah, I mean, only time will tell, right?
That's right.
Okay,
That's right.
so also the Canadian Auto Workers have voted to merge with the Communications, Energy and Paperworks Union. So basically, if these were two businesses, it would be called consolidation. Is there any difference because it's unions?
Well, not really. I mean, we're talking about a huge organization now, 300,000 potential people. I mean, if this was a city, it'd be like the size of Windsor, the 16th largest city in Canada. So we're talking about a very, very large organization. But, you know, when it comes to unions, bigger is not necessarily better because you have a lot of diversity even in the membership of a single union. So being able to negotiate with an organization might be a little bit difficult. We're going to see if this kind of pans out. You know, the unions right now, especially the CAW, are still coming out of the auto debacle that we had a couple of years ago, and it's only now that the auto sector is turning around. So hopefully this union structure is not going to have a negative effect on the economic revitalization of Canada. That's what I'm hoping for anyway.
Okay, so this is kind of interesting. You've been in Greece for the summer.
That's right.
So, you know, it's a place you were actually just saying a lot of people want out. You wanted in. So what were you seeing there while you were there?
Well, is there an economic crisis? The answer is yes.
Okay.
Is there terror in the street? The answer is no. You know, what we see in the media is a little bit different than reality. The bottom line, though, Greece is going through austerity measures. There's high unemployment. People, in fact, are leaving the city. So they're leaving, actually, Athens, and they're going back to live in the villages up in the mountains because it's a little bit cheaper. Cost of living is a little bit lower. But where we were in terms of the tourist area, the beaches were packed, the restaurants were packed, the hotels were packed. So that's the good news. Tourism is a big GDP growth for Greece. What we got to do now is continue on with the austerity measures so that Greece can revitalize its economy. That's what it needs. Another thing that I noticed, just to let you know, all the years I've been going to Greece, I never really got a receipt for anything. But this summer, every restaurant, every gas station, every chocolate bar I bought, I got a receipt. So somebody's paying taxes this year, which is a good thing because for far too long they didn't, and that's why they were in trouble.
All right, sounds good. Always a pleasure having you here, Nick. Bontis on Business. Thank you so much.